Welcome back YouTube, Harry here, known as Trade Sharp, and this is going to be a great video because we're going to be looking at simple price action and how to enter and what are your entries based on in simple price action, which I believe is one of the most consistent trading styles there is. And yeah, it's going to be a great video. Let's get straight into it. So when it comes to price action, you enter based off three things. You either enter off of trend, you enter off of the range, or you enter off of candles. Now all of these things should be combined when entering. It's very important, right? But there's different circumstances and there's different places where you would use them individually or you use them all together, but again they should all be considered when entering. But in this video, I would be here for about probably an hour trying to explain all the scenarios. I'm going to give you the basics, and with that being applied, and if you join the group where I send my daily updates, you'll get it, and you'll start to understand. So with that being said, let's first look at trend and how you enter with trend. Before continuing, please help me with the YouTube algorithm and give this video a like. If I had a goal today, I would really hope for 100 likes. If we can make that happen, that would be amazing. I would be so grateful. Always helps the channel. Leave a sub if you like my content and want to see more. Really keeps me motivated. Apart from that, down below I do have some links, and they will be actually useful for this video because I do post daily analysis in my groups, my Discord and stuff like that. So once you watch this video, that will make a lot of sense in terms of ranges and stuff like that. So definitely check that out. Speak with me, send your charts, ask for feedback. I'm very active in there and I'm always looking to help people. I enjoy doing it and listening to you guys' ideas because a lot of you, you learn from other people. Apart from that, I do post twice a week, so keep a lookout for those posts every twice a week, one live stream, one video. Apart from that, if you want to get more daily updates, you can follow me on Instagram. Now with all of that shilling away, which has to be done to grow, let's get back into the video. So I do have a detailed video of how to find market structure, which I'll leave up here in the card. So check that out because that goes really into detail. Now when trading simple price action, it's very important you consider all time frames. You have to consider from the monthly even down to the weekly to the daily, and all of these timeframes have to be considered when executing a trade, and this is what differentiates it. You really have to understand what the structure of the whole market is doing, what is the micro trends. But let's, in this example, take an uptrend. Saying that you've watched my video, you will understand how to analyze, how to mark up the chart. So let's say today we've established that we are in an uptrend, right? And if we've established we're in an uptrend, that means that we're looking at higher highs and higher lows, right? That's a very simple uptrend. If you're trading price action, you will either enter in two areas of this trend. You will be entering from the top of the range here, trying to catch this leg, or you're going to be entering from the bottom, going up to this range here, trying to catch the second range. But it's not always as clean, because if you look at real price action here, sometimes we get ranges, which we're going to cover here, and we don't always get the trades like that, right? You can see within we do have different things, but within each of these examples, what I'm going to classify it is where candles always count, whether you're entering in a range based trade or you're entering in a structure based trade, right? But again, structure plays into the range base and range plays into structure. Now play that back slowly to understand that, but let me explain from this point of view here. So let's say we have an uptrend here, okay? And I'm gonna draw you an uptrend here with some nice candles, and let's say we had price continuing up here on a bullish trend, something like this, okay? And now price decides to make some resistance here. Very simple stuff. All right, so this is your resistance price has made, and now price ends up making some support here. All right, so now that we have this established, okay, that price is on an uptrend, price has managed to find a resistance here, which we can see at the top here, and also price has managed to made a support. So with the idea that price should continue up and make higher highs and higher lows, with the confirmation of a candle closure. So you only enter on this trade based on the candle closure, right? Because that's the confirmation we need. We need to see the candle close strong bullish, right, to indicate to us, all right, the momentum is now back on the upside, and we can look for this range, because from here to here is actually a range now. We can see this is your range here, and now we can expect price to actually continue up and fill that range and continue the bullish momentum towards the top of the range. So you need a closure. Now people ask, what time frame do I look for? Well, if this pullback happened on the 30-minute time frame, you'll have to look for a 30-minute closure. I would recommend sticking with the 30-minute or the 1 hour. This is your best probability in this type of trade, right? The 15 minutes, sometimes it can mess around a little bit. Maybe even on the 15-minute, you'll end up getting something like this, and you'll see price pop down a little bit here, right? And then you'll be stuck in this drawdown. So wait for a higher time frame to have range, and you have to make sure you have enough space in this range to take the trade going up, right? So that you considered the three fundamentals. You considered the trend, you considered the candle closure, and you considered the range. What's your range? Well, your range is you analyzing and understanding, yes, I have enough range for price from this area here where I will enter to the top of the range to take a trade in, right? And that's how you do that. The second thing is, let's talk about ranges. What and resistance formed. If we were to look at this example here, an LTA in this example would be, this could be considered an LTA. So anything below here is an LTA, right? Let's say price came up in the past here. Now we can be looking for this area to trade in. Let's go on and time frame like the 1 hour so we can have more detail in this. And let's look for, here is a clear example of a beautiful LTA right in this range. So my trading range is gonna be this area right here. And guess what? When price closed in this area, what did we get? We got continuation, right? We got a range, remember trend. So here's your trend, higher low, range, and then we got continuation filling the LTA. But what's very important about this example is notice where price rejects. It's not an order block. It's not, it's just resistance. And you can see if price is rejecting here, it rejected at resistance and then had its deeper retrace. But if you look at it, it is still following the uptrend at the end of the day in this micro uptrend here, right? So that's very important to understand, right? Understand your trading range. So this would have been my trading range. You can see price rejected at the top of the range. When price closed above, remember candle closures, when price closed within the range, I could take a trade because this is my LTA area of interest where I believe price can move the quickest and the most smoothest. Because again, when I trade price action, I'm not looking to hold a trade for hours. I really want to be in a trade in and out as fast as possible and trade with the momentum. If you're trying to look for a specific video on advanced entries, because there are entries based on momentum, you can check the video that I will pop up here, which is going to be about advanced entries that I go into real detail, but that's more of a very advanced video and could be a little bit difficult to understand if you don't really know what I'm talking about. But if you do know what I'm talking about, it's a very, very useful video, and it's quite a gem. So with that being said, let's go discuss a little bit about ranges, and let me draw you out a range and let's discuss what to do. Alright, so we're back, and this is my example here that I've drawn so beautifully for you, so you better leave a like just for that example. But if you look here, what do we have? So we're on an uptrend. Let's take an uptrend. So first of all, we have done our full top-down analysis. Now remember that I told you to go and watch that video about how to find out more about the trend, and if I haven't mentioned that in this part of the video, then I will leave a card up here. You need to be able to do your analysis, guys, all right? And this is where ranges are going to be very important, all right? So top-down analysis we've analyzed today is bullish, right? And also in my group, you will see where I send the daily analysis. You will see those daily analysis, how I mark my ranges. So this is very important. So daily analysis, we've established we are bullish. We drop down now to the 4-hour time frame. We see we have a clear range towards the left. We drop down to the 1-hour time frame. We see that, all right, looks like that this is a bit of a consolidation. Now we drop down on the 30-minute time frame, and we've established, all right, we're bullish. Towards the left, we have LTA area. We can see very clearly that we've established that price has made a range, right? And we can see that price has created a resistance here and a support here, but it's rejecting this resistance twice. Now what's very important here is now that this is our non-trading range, because we don't have enough area to catch many pips here. Maybe this range is a 22 pip, but again, we're looking to catch the quick move. We're not looking to catch when price is ranging. And when price consolidates, normally we see a good move either to the upside or to the downside, because price could reverse. But that's why we have a plan, right? So if we know that this is the last relevant support, this is getting more into structure. If price breaks that support, we are reversing. But anyways, that's more into structure. Now what we have to understand is, let's say we go and we get a 30-minute closure, right? Candle, remember closure, right? Let's say we get a candle closure above this range like this on a bullish day here. Towards the left, we have established we have an LTA. We take the trade, right? So now you would be able to enter on this, because this is telling you, right, price has rejected here in the past, but price never was able to close above this area, right? Price never was able to close, but now that it was able to close, it's doing something different. And this means that it looks like price with the volume, because you can see that this candle is bigger, right? So you can see the candle is bigger, there's volume in this candle. This indicates to me that yes, price does want to continue up out of this range, and you can take a trade, and your trade, you know, will look something like that, and that's your entry requirement. Remember, very simple: trend, range, and candles. You got all of those, and now you're breaking out to that range. But let's say you take this trade, and I see this happen a lot, and you get stopped up. Boom, this pulls back right into the range here, right? So there's reasons why that can happen. First of all, reason number one is that you did not analyze properly. Yes, on the 30-minute time frame, you had a clean range here towards the left. There was clean candles here towards the left, but what you missed out on is that you missed out that this area right here on the daily time frame was a major resistance level, which is not a trading zone, right? So this is rejecting off a major resistance, so you have to consider all time frames. Second problem is, what time are you trading? Is there enough volume, right? Third reason is, did this candle break the previous candle high to tell you to continue up? In this example, yes, it did, but I'm giving you an example that can happen. Another reason which I see is that you guys are not analyzing trend correctly, and this is simply a fake out back into the range, and you'll see price continue down, right? So you really have to make sure you are on the right side of a trend, right? Because let me show you this now, and most of you guys, you know, probably won't see this, but let's look at GJ now. Let's see what's happening with GJ. Let's remove all of these drawings, blah, blah, blah. So as I was saying, what most of you guys will get wrong is you have to understand that where will the trend change? The trend will change above this area here, right? So if you're looking for buys, you want to be looking for buys above here. Many people will be trying to look for buys within this area here, but they're gonna get caught out because this is a major rejection zone. So that's what you really have to understand. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna wrap the video up at here. This is a very complicated video to make because there's so many variables. It changes because price doesn't always do what you want it to do, and you have to adapt. And it's very, very tricky to make a video, but I hope this gives you a basic outline, a basic guide as to what to expect and what you can do and what, you know, entries you should be taking. There's a lot of things to consider. Please do join me in our Telegram and more likely the Discord. I prefer the Discord, so join me in the Discord and join the live streams on every Tuesday to ask questions. But also you can reach me every single day in the Discord. Don't feel free to send charts and have questions there. And with that being said, guys, thanks for watching today. Take care, trade sharp, and until next time, peace.